Alright, so you've got your wheel mounted.
It's not zeroed.
First thing you want to do is zero your wheel using this button right here. So this isn't reading 0, so you can go to any point on the wheel, but
Where you think it's straight.
yeah, a point where you think it's in line with the hub would be ideal.
Say this point.
And then press and hold this button for at least a second. And now it's zeroed. So the next thing you can do is see what you're working with as far as how out of true the wheel is right now. You can use this button to run a loop that calculates the maximum variance. It'll run for about 10 seconds. During that time, you just need to spin the wheel. So we'll do that now. Alright, the LED went off. Now it will post the maximum variance to ThinkSpeak, and that shows up right here and on the graph. There it is. 2.80 millimeters was what we got for our max variance. So first things first, start off by slowly spinning the wheel and visually looking at the wheel, but also watching the LED to see what part of the wheel deviates the most. If you have a wheel that's as messed up as the one we're using, it should be pretty obvious. So right there would be a good spot. We could mark that with a marker for reference, but we'll keep going. So for the most part, the rest of the wheel is within a half a millimeter of where we zeroed it, which is good. But as we get back around, so that part maybe could use some truing right there, which we can mark that, but also that's right by that sticker, so we can just use that as a reference. But go back around. Seems like the only other spot that's really bad is the big bow in the wheel. So it's starting here. It's getting to the worst spot right about there. So we can mark that with a marker. So we'll want to go back to those reference points and either tighten or loosen the spokes to move the wheel in relation to the hub. I guess to the left, get it in line with the wheel. So we'll go ahead and do that and get back.
So here is the truing of the wheel.
To move the wheel relative, or the rim relative to the hub left, we can tighten spokes connecting to the left side of the hub, like so. That's pretty tight though, so we can also loosen spokes connecting to the right side of the hub, and that'll also help pull it to the left. That's good. Without saying anything, you can just...
Is there no hockey tomorrow? So they split up like that and that'll be there. Yeah, that's right. First game Saturday.
So after truing quite a bit, we've got the variance down, and we'll run it just to show you, but just visually you can tell the wheel doesn't wobble nearly as much.
That's the old variance.
Yeah, so 2.80 something millimeters was what it was before. Now I'll run this again. Alright, the LED goes off, and any second now the maximum variance should post to this data logger right here. Almost within a millimeter, and within a millimeter is considered a good true. So we're just about there, just a few more tweaks and we should be within a millimeter.
After a little more truing, we're going to see if we can get that deviation down a little bit, so we're going to run it. It looks pretty straight compared to last time. As you can see, there's not many places where it's over even half a millimeter.
I mean, it's off.
Oh, okay. Well, it is a little bit over half a millimeter, but that's pretty good.
Yeah, as far as a true would go at a bike shop, within a half a millimeter would be considered almost perfect. Within a millimeter is kind of the standard. So this wheel is ready to go.